Hello my friends and let's try again. Hello and welcome to another broadcast by me, Chris Pickard, on how to save the NHS and how to save your health, and in particular how to bring down inflammation in the body is going to be today's top topic. Inflammation in every part of the body: the brain, the heart, the lungs, the legs, the immune system, the gut, everywhere you want, really. Just absolutely everywhere. So let's just get those out. Okay. So my war cry at the moment is, do you want to save the NHS? Do you? Because it's a fabulous thing, but it's overstrained massively. And it's overstrained massively because of two reasons. The first, and the one that is out of your control, is the underlying belief by the medical establishment that medicine is the best medicine. Hello Jolene, hello Jackie, hello Kelly Rakowski. Wow, that's the wife of the Dr. Bob. Oh, it's amazing. Hello Rosie. So, yeah, save the NHS. Do you really want to save? First of all, there's the underlying belief that medicine is the best medicine. And secondly, it's your own habits. Your own habits are what are going to save you and change you more than anything else you can do. Now, those amazing, lovely people that are already part of the My365 group know how important it is to get the mindset to help change what's happening. Okay, so if you're not a member of My365, go and join My365. But on with today's subject. Now, just recently, I've read, what did I read? I read that people with prostate cancer, so I think it's all men watching, so all women watching so far, so none of you are going to get prostate cancer. So prostate cancer, it's a big killer in men. But did you know that the survival rates after 10 years are pretty much identical between those that have treatment, so we're talking about chemotherapy, radiotherapy and surgery, and those that do nothing? The survival rates after 10 years are exactly the same. Unbelievable. And we're yet told that chemotherapy, radiotherapy, these are the things that need to be done. Now, there were two big differences between the groups though. The group that did nothing had a better quality of life. So let me get this straight. After 10 years, okay, people that had surgery, had radiotherapy, had chemotherapy, first of all, there was no better survival rates and they had a worse quality of life. There was one upside though. The people that had the treatment, I think there was 20 or 30 less cases of metastatic cancer. But so the people that didn't have the treatment, there was more metastasis, but they were still alive and they had a better quality of life. And my bet is if they followed the strategies of the Magnificent Seven, that metastasis possibly wouldn't have happened anyway. So that was just something, and I know it has nothing to do with exercise, but I just read it and I just thought that's just, you know, incredible. But what we do know is, well, is when you exercise, is it boosts something called glutathione, and glutathione is something that makes your immune system work. It helps bring down inflammation in your body, and part of the main cause of many cancers, whether it's breast cancer or prostate cancer, is inflammation. So if you do a little bit of exercise, and I'm going to talk to you how to exercise to bring down inflammation as opposed to how to exercise to increase inflammation. So exercise is great for the immune system. We also know that, again, fairly recently, a study's been done on antidepressants. And two things. First of all, they found out that antidepressants don't actually work by changing the chemicals in your brain and making you feel happier. They actually work by making your brain more plastic and amenable to change if you want to change, which is, again, what the whole thing about My365 and what we're trying to do here, what I'm trying to do, is to trying to get you to change. So what they found works just as well, though, is walking in the woods, going out and doing moderate amounts of exercise. Had the same effect as antidepressants, but with no side effects and added health benefits. We also know that for people with arthritis, people who are in pain, simple amounts of movement bring down inflammation in a much better way than do painkillers. So exercise has been shown to also help reduce heart disease, obesity, diabetes. It's better exercise related to decreased dementia and Alzheimer's. It's truly preventative, but it's also been shown to be better than drugs for people who've had a stroke. People who go through an exercise program after they have a stroke do better than people who go on the medication. So exercise is absolutely key, no matter if you're suffering or not. If you want to not suffer, exercise, because this will really bring things down. So, where's my pens? Where's my marker and my trusty board? How does exercise do all these amazing things? Exercise. Well, first of all, it has an effect on your immune system. And it works on your immune system primarily by raising something called glutathione. Okay, now this is key, okay? Glutathione is a very important molecule. It helps recycle lots of antioxidants in your body. It also helps fuel the immune system. It helps repair the gut. It helps clean the brain and the liver. It's very important for many, many, many different processes in the body. There's no point. Thank you. It's because I'm... Yes, thank you, Brian, for pointing that out. You can't see this because this is flipped around the wrong way. I will stop writing back to front for the moment then. Glutathione, or you could just be clever and read in mirror writing. Just put a mirror up to it and you'll be able to read it. So glutathione is very important. That's one thing that exercise does for the immune system. Okay. Now the other thing is stress. Stress is a major cause of cancer, heart disease, diabetes. It causes so many, depression, anxiety. Stress causes so many problems. And stress is an old reaction. It's something that's built into us. All of the stress physiology, it comes from if we're jumped out and attacked when we're down at the water hole, then we want to produce enough energy. We want to release sugar into our system. So insulin has to go up to get the sugar into our cells so we can have the energy to fight or run away. All sorts of other hormones change inside the body, which raises blood pressure, it changes how our memory works, it down-regulates our immune system, because our immune system, it needs a lot of energy to work properly. But if you're in the middle of a fight, you don't need that energy to heal from a cold or a flu. You need that energy to punch someone or run away. So it's when you're stressed, your immune system is lowered and shut down, which leads to more things like cancer, colds, flus, recurrent illnesses. So this is why I want you to take notes of this, okay? Because when you move, all kinds of things happen. It shuts off the entire stress situation. So I'm going to turn this around now so you can read this. Hey, now, and you get to see me as well. Now that says the power of an adjustment, the science behind a chiropractic adjustment. But really, in reality, and I say this to all my patients, it's not just about spining, it's not just about moving the spine, it's all movement shuts off the stress response. So when you're stressed, it increases all kinds of hormones in your body that you don't want, such as blood lipids and breathing rate, it increases bone loss. It decreases testosterone, decreases short-term memory, growth hormones, digestion, all those sorts of things. But when you start moving and exercising your muscles, it turns off. All of that is turned off by movement. And the area of your body that has the most movement input in turning it all off is the spine. It has all these amazing effects on all sorts of parts of your brain. When you start moving, your cerebellum, your thalamus, your vestibular nucleus, your sympathetic ganglions, your adrenal glands, your muscle tone, your heart, your lungs, your cerebral cortex, your pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, everything, trigeminal nerve, everything starts working better when you exercise and when you move. there you go. It's not just, Darren Barnes-Heath has joined us, a man who knows much about the nervous system. And yeah, that poster, as I tell everyone, it's not just about the spine, it's about movement in general. Oh, and now we're losing it. So, movement helps improve the immune system, and it also has an effect on decreasing stress and therefore inflammation in so many ways. But now this is the keynote, the key factor, okay? Because a lot of you know that when you go and exercise, you feel sore afterwards. And this is because, well, it used to be thought that it was primarily because of lactic acid buildup, but it's actually because of the natural inflammatory response of breaking apart muscle tissue and then it being remodeled and reformed. Inflammation is a critical part of the healing process. But if you're always suffering inflammation and lots of pain after exercise, it's because you're doing too much for the nutritional needs, your nutritional reserves is one of the ways of putting it. And so many people are going out and exercising, but they haven't got the correct nutrition to exercise in such a way that it's going to be incredibly safe for them. And what we know is that when you exercise, it is even if you do have everything correct nutritionally, if you exercise more than 20 minutes, it actually can put you into a pro-inflammatory state. Which is why if you've got a lot of pain and you've got a lot of health problems, going out and running for 20, 30, 40, well 30, 40, 50 minutes is perhaps not a good idea. Walking, however, is a good idea. Gentle exercise has great benefits. But if you want to really bring down inflammation, then you've actually got to do something like high intensity training or Tabata training, where you're really pushing your body to its limit, but for a very short burst of time. You're talking about 20 seconds. And then you rest for 10 seconds, and then you work out again for 20 seconds. And you repeat this 20 seconds of intense exercise with 10 seconds of rest 8 times, and that's a Tabata cycle. And doing just that one cycle of Tabata training like 3 times a week has been shown to have profound effects on bringing down inflammation, getting your whole body working, giving you profound feelings of well-being. So if you are not exercising at all, one thing I suggest you do is look up Tabata training and find a way to do Tabata training that you can actually do. So whether that's getting on a bike, doing star jumps, something that you find you can do. And if you have a heart condition or a medical condition, please consult a healthcare professional before you suddenly start exercising. You're a friend of mine, so call me, talk to me if you're a bit unsure, and I'll give you some advice. Because that's what I'm here for, although some of you watching don't need that advice at all. So HIIT training, high intensity training, keeping exercise to less than 20 minutes will actually help bring down inflammation in your body. So again, something like fibromyalgia, you've got to do short bursts of exercise in the right way to bring down inflammation. If you're exercising for too long, you're going to increase inflammation. And what happens when you exercise a lot, when you run a marathon, for instance, you deplete glutathione. When you exercise for an hour, you'll probably start depleting glutathione, so it's not a good idea if you're very sick to exercise for too long. Okay, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I have been learning lots. I have many more exciting things to share with you on how to save the NHS. If you want to save the NHS, if you've got a friend who could do with more knowledge on exercise, etc., on getting good habits into their life, then please share this video with your friends. Give me a thumbs up, write a comment below, send me some love, and I'll send you some love back. And yeah, live long and prosper. And I'm wishing you all some infectious wellness. See you tomorrow.